JDs and gentlemen, welcome back to Pool Opening 2025, Part 13, Dropping in Robot. That's right, we've come finally to the end of this whole yearly shindig, and this is great news for me. Not exactly, I still got work to do on the pool, obviously, but Robot is definitely going to assist with all of that. When these videos end, that doesn't necessarily mean the pool is 100% operational. It means the pool is, you can go in it. The weather, on the other hand, isn't jiving with that. But that's what we got. But I got 13 parts. You've seen the previous 12. So I kept you entertained for 3 full weeks on that. So I get to take a vacation. We'll see ya. All right, it's still rolling. Yeah, we got a drop-in robot here. Let me show you the pool first. The pool looks like we had a really bad storm. I think the Jake brake definitely exacerbates that. There's leaves. I was out here at 6:30 in the morning and I took the leaf net and we still have leaves. A whole bunch of leaves. But what we also have is what looks like more leaves. It's not all leaves, it's leaves, but it's also green. Not great news. What that is, first of all, you can see that the water clarity is pretty much crystal clear. Everything's good. I have the pool off so you can see it. And we need it off to put Robot in anyway. Yeah, there's still more cleanup to do. I'm probably going to have to do another manual vacuum with this, but what Robot is going to do, see what he's got Venturi jets. I'll show it to you. Robot hasn't been around for a few months, obviously. So here's the underside of Robot. You see these two guys here? Those are called Venturi jets. It's going to send high pressure water up, pointing up in there. And that creates suction over here. So it's going to suck up all the stuff. And that's actually great because all that stuff on the bottom of the pool is going to get sucked up, and that also means that it's going to get waterborne, and that's going to make the pool cloudy again. The filter is going to take care of that, so it's a matter of running Robot. I might run a manual vacuum once again, you know, various things, brush it again. Like I said, this doesn't guarantee the end of it. The pool is not in the greatest of shape that I would have hoped, but we did a damn good job with it. It's coming along. Robot has got some other issues here too. He needs a tail. Now I had that stupid pool and brush thing that was on here for the longest time, and the guy was a dick, so I didn't go for it. He wanted me to buy like $3,000 worth of them and then sell them. I said, it doesn't work that way. You give it to me, I'll try it. And he did send me one, and it sucked. So there's that, but I got to put a new tail scrubber on him. So let's get that taken care of first. I got the old traditional foam type. We're going to go back to that. There is the replacement. The only problem is I don't remember how this goes on. It's been so long. I think you pull that off, and then we'll pull that, and then I guess I got to slide that up a little, and then maybe that goes on. I don't remember. Yeah, something like that. And then this goes back in there. And then this was actually, the red piece here was actually part of that pool and brush thing. I don't know where the original one is. It doesn't fit quite right, but we can get it close. Okay, we got it perfect. There. So now his scrubber is held on real good. All right, that was difficult. Like I said, I don't even remember how that went, but it's not difficult. We got one other problem here. Not good. So, that's not going to stay. I just want to come around the other side of it. Okay, we'll go this way. How about that? So here's the universal wall fitting. It's stuck on there. Now, I can get pliers, EBFPs on there and take it off, but see the O-ring? It doesn't pay to do that, because if I do, it's going to break. And that means it's going to leak worse than it's leaking now. The O-ring swelled, as they often do, because pool lube. When I replace this, and replace this, it goes in nice and smooth for 4 or 5 times. And after that, it gets tight, and it doesn't want to come out. So then I use the pool lube, and it goes right in. It comes right out. It goes right in. You know what I'm talking about, right? But what I've been doing lately is I've just been screwing this damn thing in and just dealing with that. It's not that big of a deal. Funny part is I have a replacement UWF and a replacement one of these that China sent. As far as this guy goes, these I bought off of Amazon. They didn't send them to me, the tail scrubber, but I bought them. Don't go to the pool store. You're going to pay a fortune. You'll pay $8.99 for a piece of foam. I got a 5-pack for $4.99, something like that. It was ridiculously cheap. That was years ago I bought that, though, so they're probably $8.99 for the same 5-pack now, but that's how it goes. So we're going to screw this guy in. So if you want to be cheap about it and just screw it in and out when you want, the easiest way I found is to take the hose off, because otherwise it just gets all twisted up. It doesn't work. So this is going to turn one way or the other. I don't know which way. You'll find out. And once you do that, it comes off. And now you can just work the hose right off. Don't lose this nut. And remember which way it goes. It ain't going to go that way. So you'll figure it out. But just remember and keep it where it needs to be. Now we'll go to the pool. So like I said, I'm just being cheap about it. Even though I have the replacement parts, this is not really that difficult. It just goes down in here and just screw it right in. There we go. Now we'll get Robot. Now, foolishly, I emptied his bag last year. I don't know who would ever do that. Put Robot in. His bag is attached. Everything's there. And get his hose in. I want to try to untrangle it. These things are supposed to swivel, you know. So oftentimes he gets tangled up on himself. There we go. And now we're going to put this nut back on. And we got to do this underwater, obviously. So put that on. And now work the hose on. It just pops right back. And screw the nut. And that'll keep it in place. Alright, so that saved you, depending where you get it, 20, 30, 40 bucks. Just to be cheap about it. You can get a new one. I got a new one. I'm just doing it this way. It's fine. It doesn't take much time at all. Alright, now it's time to kick it on. And we'll drain the solar just to get it airlocked. Pulls off, obviously. Oh, it's actually a little warm. Wow. It's nice. That's just sitting on the roof. No sun. No sun. It works. It really does. That's one good thing about solar. Well, it so turns out the solar controller thinks that there's sun. That can happen when it's empty and it's kind of warmer-ish up there. I'm going to force it to manual on so it doesn't kick off. And we're going to flip the switch for the Polaris robot. And now we'll flip the main switch and both pumps will come on. The Polaris pump is going to airlock, and it just makes the most awesomeness sound when it catches prime, so to speak. It all happens automatically. There's nothing I need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you in there real close to it, and you can see it. Other people who have experienced this, I don't know, I just get kind of a little bit of a jolly feeling. It's amazing when this actually catches prime, because when it does, and it's almost there, the ground shakes. You can actually feel the ground shake. And the camera might shake also. But then it just has this sound that it makes just when it gets water in it. And then oftentimes the two pumps kind of sing in harmony for just a moment. It's just a really nice thing. I do like that sound. That's really the whole thing. All right, let's get in there. Okay, we're ready to go. There's nothing special to do here. You just leave it in filtration and pick on the switch. So here we go. Nothing's going to happen for a bit. The camera's leaning on the pipe, so you'll get a really good feel for this, so to speak. It's filling the solar. It's going to take a moment or two. That's really shaking. Get you off the pipe a little. Try that. I hear it getting close. Here we go. Now we're getting there. Yes! And we are roboting. There's still a lot of air in there. But there, now Robot is devoid of air and is roboting around. Or will in a moment. There we go. I don't know if you can tell on camera. It's working its way to the bottom. There we go. The tail, as Sharkley had said many times, with that pool and brush thing, it doesn't skitter around like you see it's doing because the thing weighed too much. And yeah, he was absolutely right. I noticed that right away, but there was only so much I was going to do. So he's kind of coming back over here. He's swimming by. There we go. He's got a leaf on his tail already. But you see how it's kicking that green stuff? The stupid pool and brush never did that. So maybe Robot will work better? No, probably not. But Robot is just going to go around the pool here, and in his wake, he will leave a lot of the stuff kicked up. Oh, he's spitting. He's caught in the skimmer. He's making his way. There we go. Nice. He hasn't done that in a while. So Robot just kind of randomly roams the pool. He has no particular place to go. And just by chance, he generally gets a lot of the pool clean. Just traversing over different areas. He kind of crosses paths a million times and does his thing and just kind of swims around and roams through. Is he going to run over the main drain? Oh, one wheel did. Reversing valve. Okay, good. That's working. That's important. Not going to spit, but... See, but he does this where he kind of gets caught up in his own hose, you know? He's got a stick on him. He's doing all right. The reversing valve will let go and start forwarding. There he goes. So the idea here was to get the pool mostly clean. Now, I should have done a better job myself, but I had enough playing with it manually. So it's time to let him do the job. The pool can't be too icky. He gets squeamish about that. You know, he's cool with this, but if it's too icky, his bag is going to fill up too fast and just bad things. So now Robot is going to do a lot of the work for me, so I don't have to. And again, you can't cheat and just drop them in immediately. What I am seeing is the pool is looking just a shade cloudier than it was before, which again, like I said, is exactly what was going to happen. Ooh, that's different. He's stuck. Yeah, so Pool and Brush, if that company's still around, don't buy one of them. Man, his tail is friggin' whipping. I don't know if you can tell, just the area, just the amount, just chatting. He's already done a lot. Got a lot of work ahead of him, but still, it's looking better. You know what I mean? He really does. Just going around, wandering around randomly, can actually get some real work done. Amazing. I think we kind of all do that at work. We just kind of wander around randomly till quitting time and make believe we did something. At least I did when I was working. Reversing valve is open a second time. Taking him elsewhere. The whole idea of that is in case he gets into trouble and gets stuck, the reversing valve will kind of move him. Now we got to hope the hose untrangles itself. You can see the black that's from sitting on the ground on the hose. It don't come off. And I had replaced this hose years ago. Is that a knot? I don't think he could tie a knot in himself. He can, but not too often. No, it's just around. I love work. I can sit and watch it all day. Sucking them stupid leaves up, the red tree shit. It's all over the place. It's relentless. And I think part of that is the weather. It just hasn't gotten warm yet. So the tree is still like, no, we're still kind of blooming here. We're just doing our thing. It's not like, okay, it's hot out, let's get everything open and stay on the tree. No, don't do that. So we'll have to see what the summer brings for weather. It just has not been conducive for this. It has not even been conducive for me to put the central air on yet. There was a night or two I could have used it. There he goes over the main drain. There was a night or two I could have used it, but you know, you may do. So I did. So I haven't kicked it on yet. It just hasn't been necessary. It just has not been warm. I don't know if you could tell, his bag is sort of a bit green, which again the chlorine's going to kill and work on that. And as he goes around, he's going to pick up leaves, green shit, all that great stuff, and then maybe an hour or so from now I'll take him out, empty his bag, and put him back in, put him back to work. But already it's done so much just standing here watching. Let's see if he'll spit out of his tail again. I often wondered if the Italians next door would get pissed when that would happen, but they're gone. Alright, so that's it. That's the pool. Robot's going. Reversing valve works. Everything works. Pools are one of those things where you get that thing that people don't understand anymore called delayed gratification. I put a lot of work into this over the last week and a half or so. Yeah, about a week and a half. And it's been trying at times. None of it is hard work. It's just work. That's all. What you've seen in all of the, and I don't know how long the entire series is, it's plenty long. A lot of that was talk. You learned a lot of things along the way. But the actual work part of it, it's more work making the video than it is opening the pool. But it is what it is. The biggest amount of work is manually vacuuming and brushing it. But I don't mind putting that in because it's 2 days out of the year that I do that, really. Plus 6 more vacuums and 5 more brushings. So it's a lot of work. But the thing is, if you put the work in now, the pool is going to work for you all summer. Once I get everything all perfectly cleaned up here, it's just my weekly maintenance, which is about 15 minutes. And that's it. It takes nothing just to keep everything in check, everything up and running. Check the pumps, which I do when I go out. You know, I'm out watering the plants and whatever. Got to be done anyway, so might as well. And that really is it. You put the work in now, and the pool is going to work for you all summer. It's simple like that. I had an unprecedented amount of leaves this year. They're not from this tree. As much as I hate this tree and what it brings, I do enjoy the shade that it also brings. So I don't hate them entirely, just mostly. What I really hate is this stuff, which should turn into actual leaves, but didn't bloom yet. That all gets in the pool. That's just one of the drawbacks of having a tree in your backyard with a pool. Other people have it a lot worse than I do, so I don't envy them. I don't envy myself either, but it is what it is. Anyway, the pool will no longer preoccupy me every single day for the last week and a half. I can now concentrate on other things. I gave you 3 weeks and 1 more day of videos, so you can watch me struggle with this as I do every year, as Robot is wildly whipping his tail around. Yeah, I get to kick back and relax now. I just wish I could go in the pool, but that's the weather. That's all I can do about that. Thank you so very kindly for watching. I hope you learned a few tricks and tips along the way that will save you time and money in opening your pool. I appreciate everyone for watching. Make sure that you click like. Make sure you click subscribe. Hey, the super thanks button is there. You can click that. Make me happy, help the channel, help me out. Appreciate it very much. Ring the bell for Arby's, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.